Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning into today's video on YouTube in terms of gardening and other whatnot. Unfortunately, there's actually been quite a lot of bad news so far. Somehow, we've actually experienced quite a lot of rainfall. In fact, we had a downpour yesterday night. In fact, although I can see so many bees pollinating, this is pretty much at the tail end of what we have at the moment here. And as always, it is the very last meteorological day of summer 2025. And tomorrow is the first day of meteorological autumn. In fact, autumn has started very, very early somehow. I'd probably guess around after Bank Holiday Monday. And we can see a pair of hoverflies pollinating on a zinnia plant. It's nice that we can see two hoverflies pollinating like so. This flower here has been very successful. Same with the other zinnias, except maybe this one right here, which is actually sort of bent down a bit because we had a lot of wet weather and other whatnot. And it's also very windy as well. In fact, I can see the trees, they are blustering like mad. In fact, it's been very windy somehow, very much of such. I have to say, hey, it looks like the two are actually sharing together. What if I start eating a hoverfly? Oh, that is kind of a bit tricky. Let's see if I can eat it through camera. How's that for a bit of hoverfly meat, I would say, eh? Tastes nice. I was trying to get the other one because I've never ever tried hoverfly before. Sort of sweet. Tastes a bit buttery. Very delicious. Sure. Actually, don't eat hoverflies. They're not actually one of the best bugs to eat. Because like many of the other bugs, just don't do what I've just done. Because obviously, I mean, hey, you know what? Eating bugs is alright, but not like that, I suppose, eh? Anyways, let me just go ahead and straightforward survey some of the stuff that I was talking about earlier on. Apparently, we've seen a lot of these weird spots on that tomato plant. Now, I don't know if that's a sign of a fungal infection of the plant. I'm not quite totally sure. But these plants have actually started to topple themselves down, which is not a good sign. The zinnia plant is also straightforward sort of tumbling down, but I think it's straightforward stabilizing more than that of the tomato plant. Because these things here are actually very, very taller than one might expect. Yes, it's one of those things, you know, when you try and do some gardening, it always doesn't seem to work. Then you've also got the sunflower plant here. Unfortunately, I think this one is bent. So I'd probably guess this one has straightforward seeing far much better days. It doesn't look good somehow. I dare say I can just straightforward strip it like that. Sorry about that. I can't tell you. It's a bit grueling somehow because that plant is never going to straightforward grow successfully. But speaking about that, I can see another sunflower seedling which is already growing nicely, and it's getting quite breezy somehow because we're coming up towards autumn time. And anyways, so the most successful flowers that we've seen here are the dandelions, the thistles, and also the nasturtiums. As always, as per usual, we can start to see a massive clump of nasturtiums. They are starting to dissipate their beautiful looking flowers because they're going to sprout out some seeds. And by the time when they sprout some seeds, they might as well just straightforward either sow them back, or even in this case, hey, they might as well do something a little bit different. And that is to straightforward die off and withstand the cold air during winter time. And yes, as I can definitely tell, we are coming up towards autumn time. It is very much that time of the year again. And it's about 4 months till the start of Christmas time, obviously. And obviously all of this will be a distant memory, seeing all of this stuff right here. A lot of gardening and other whatnot too. But it's just wonderful seeing so many different flowers coming to life alongside with the bees that you can just see here. Somehow we had a high lot of rainfall so far. I can't believe it. And same with the nasturtiums. They've actually grown massively tall and actually big. I mean, look at the leaves. That one there is a whopping, massive looking beast. That is just ginormous. I mean, not just ginormous, but that leaf is just massive. Quite a massive array of leaves. And there's also a very interesting continuous pattern of flowers. The cosmos is also straightforward copying in the same mannerism as with the nasturtiums. There's what looks like to be a seed head, but unfortunately I don't think they're going to straightforward sprout any seeds better since it's already been wet. I should have picked them off when it was already dry. But nevertheless, we can start to see other flowers alongside of Cosmos. Yes, the Cosmos is doing very, very well, but strange enough, it sadly has actually sunken down to the ground. There's another chunk of Cosmoses here. You can start to see there's actually more Cosmoses. And apparently these ones are going to be like an autumnal leaf and stuff. And what is that bug? I'm actually quite curious. What species of bug is that? That is a very strange looking beetle. I have no idea what that is. Can somebody in... I have no idea what specimen of bug that is. I'm going to have to try and find out what species of beetle or bug thing that is. Can somebody tell me what species is that for me, please? I'd like to know. That's quite a very unique looking find. Hopefully with the bees buzzing around, hopefully I won't get stung. Obviously there's a lot of bumblebee activities around here. I think it's mainly common carder bees, as I can highly suspect and tell. That is a very strange looking beetle. It looks like a ladybird, but I don't know which beetle species that is. It looks a little bit like an aphid, and it certainly looks like one. I'll just put that one straight forward back into its Cosmos spot, which it doesn't want to. There you go, it's actually doing it now. There you go, it's straightforward roaming around like so. Actually, you know what? If I grab this, I'm actually sort of thinking, how does that thing taste? Not quite totally sure. I think I've just crushed it. Oh. I think I just crushed it to bits. Anyways, the Cosmos right there, that is actually quite an amazing plant. We can see some more flower buds starting to appear. Obviously, that one there is probably one I can probably see here. I can't see any of the others. And there's another one right here. Oh, it looks like I've got the other bug here as well. There's another bug of the same look, but much bigger. I've never ever realised what the hell was that beetle doing there. Quite a rare species that I've never thought it would appear. And there's another Cosmos plant flower bud right here as well. So I'd probably presume it would have been a late flowering sort of flower. Probably that's one that has took a long time to actually start to flower. I think that is probably a late seasonal flowering Cosmos, and I think I've just stepped on a dish full of water. Sorry about that. I think it's just rainwater. I probably need to wash that off, I think. Obviously, a summer straightforward ending. We have still got lots and lots of autumn leaves and whatnot. Just ranks of autumn leaves. Anyways, we've got more zinnias there. This is the one that I've actually been feeling more proud of. Yeah, I can actually see there's a lot of like zinnias there. There's a lot of pink ones there. Quite an abundance of buds. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 10 buds. I can definitely see why this one has been quite highly successful. Then we've also got another zinnia which looks like this. A beautiful yellowish orangey looking zinnia thing. And as I'm walking around, we've got more Cosmoses around here. Lots of other Cosmos flowers going on there. I can't see if this one here has got a flower on it. Oh, there it is. I can just see one here. That one's only got one flower head. And there's a zinnia right here. And there's a beautiful looking wasp, which is quite surprising considering it seems like it's one that seems to fly astray and then fly away upon all things. I don't think it's the one that might probably sting people and other whatnot. I might have to probably deadhead this dead looking weird ugly autumnal leaf type thing here, because it looks straightforward that, hey, it feels like it's not green anymore now. Oh, I can just straightforward remove it, and there's a lot of pollen right here. I don't know if these things can straightforward come back via another year's time, because obviously autumn has arrived very much earlier than usual. Yes, as I've cleared off so many bits and other whatnot, I can start to see a very, how do you say it, a large entree of nasturtium going on here. You can see small bits of leaves. To me, it almost feels like it's growing and behaving a lot more like a weed when I start to see nasturtiums. They just grow rampantly like mad. I mean, man, half the time I'm probably thinking, hey, you know what, these plants might probably die out by the time when winter arrives. There you go, we can see a hoverfly pollinating on a Cosmos. But then we've also started seeing, oh my goodness, is that a zinnia? That zinnia there, straightforward, it has blossomed a bit, but I don't think this one here has straightforward been properly developed, because there's a lot of like decaying caused by a lot of caterpillars and other whatnot, which is not that great to see. Then we've also got another zinnia, which looks like this. So far, it seems like that the zinnia has been a highly abundant flower seen so far throughout the later part of summer 2025. And it looks like I've just scared off a hoverfly. Oh look, it just landed in my hand. There you go, there's a fly in the hand. You ever thought there's a bird in the hand? Now you've got a fly in the hand. These things are much cleaner, and they're very much cute. I'll let this thing do its all pollinating jobs and other whatnot. But I'll tell you what, which flower I'm actually really proud of. It's this thing there. A nice, chunky, flowering zinnia. It's this one right there. This is one I feel very much proud of. And there's a little tiny spider right there. How the heck did that appear? Is that a spider? I can't really tell. Or it could be a harvest man. Anyways, we've got this beautiful looking zinnia flower, which I actually feel very proud of this thing right here. You can just start to see how magnificent and pink this is. I tell you what, this is something I've been heavily impressed so far, right over in the backyard garden. It's just something that has caught my center of attention's eye to see such a beautiful looking pink flower thing like this. It's more hot pink than those cosmoses here, and I mean, it's just wonderful. Just a wonderful looking flower. Just magnificent. And then we've also got a few zinnias there. There's an orange one and there's a pink one. Sadly, these ones are not as spectacular as those ones there in the background, and even this one here as well. But let me just see. We've got a very big encroachment of nasturtiums here. They are growing rampantly like wild. Obviously, they're starting to behave a lot more like a weed than an actual flowering plant. How strange is that? They just crawl everywhere. Then we've also got some sunflower seedlings here. Now, I don't know if these are going to survive. That's my only guess. They'll probably just die off and never become a sunflower. This one right here as well. That might actually turn out to be a very nice looking sunflower. But then, hey, how would I even know? It could be a small sunflower. Whatever the hell it might be. I suppose, hey. Yes, is it the one I've just planted recently? I don't know. Might be totally wrong somehow. Wow, lots of autumnal leaves, I have to say. Hey? That's a lot. As we come up towards autumn time, we're starting to see a deprivation of sunshine, and the declining number of sunshine hours is going to be a concern for late flowering flowers. Anyways, we've got some very good gold and yellow looking nasturtiums here, alongside the common red and orange looking nasturtiums here. And there's more leaves and nasturtiums. They straightforward turn themselves back to here, where they've started to become a lot much more abundant. How strange would that be? I mean, man, that is just definitely one of the most amazing flowering seasons. One of the most amazing. It's also one of the better little flowering gardens I've planted so far. And boy, this really does come at a really good amount of time that I've just spent so far throughout the courses of 2025. Now, I wonder what 2026 is going to throw in. Is going to be a very big, mighty question that I would probably struggle to answer with. There's another zinnia plant here, alongside these two here. This one has actually been very nicely flowering. As you can see, there's a lot of pollen around here. This one here has actually been flowering for a prolonged period of time. Now, I'm probably guessing, hey, maybe I can just straightforward cut down this flower here and straightforward give it away, because I can tell you what, hey, guys, hey, this flower has been hyper amazing. It's been one of the first zinnias to actually blossom, but because it's straightforward going to die off, I might probably cut this one back and probably sell it. Or in this case, hey, you know what, maybe I can just leave it for the time being, but hey, unless if it's like sort of dying-ish, maybe. Obviously, we are nearly coming up towards winter time as autumn arrives. There's some of these white flowers here that I've actually forgot the name of. I think there was a field mustard before. I think there was a field mustard. I think that thing there. No, wait. I think it's the one with the small little yellow flowers. If I turn the brightness a bit down, and if I go a little bit closer, you know what I'm talking about. Lots of hoverfly activity. I think it's this one right here. Beautiful little chap, all dressed in drag with a lot of yellow and whatnot. And I'm going to walk around. As you can start to see, there's been a lot of like various plant and hedge shrubbery stuff going around here. I tell you what, this blackberry shrub just never seems to stop. Like, it just straightforward becomes this nasty, dangerous looking arch. I just don't even give a damn about this section here. I just don't know when is it going to be cutting down. But anyways, we've got more flowering bits and other whatnot, hey? So we've got a lot of other plants. The sunshine still feels warm at that time of the year, even though it does feel relatively blustery. So no complaints for that. And I can also see, I can see some onion pots right there. Wild cabbages there. And there's a bit of wheat as well. I might have to probably deadhead all of these dead looking plants to make way for some newer plants to be grown during spring and summer of next year. If I can, I suppose, hey? Yeah, I'll tell you what an amazing backyard garden I've just grown. So far it's been wonderful, and wonderful as always as it is. There's another hoverfly here that's just pollinating. Just beautiful. I don't really straightforward sincerely take them as something very much frivolous, obviously. I mean, it's neither serious at the same time. I just straightforward grow whatever I really want. And then we've also got a clump of nasturtium seeds. As you can start to see, there is and the wind is hustling right towards my camera here. And, oh wow, that wasp is quite inquisitive over that sunflower. So desperate to touch that thing. Anyways, we've got lots of nasturtiums, seeds and other whatnot. Looks like they'll be straightforward giving birth to their offspring. Hopefully by the time when spring is going to be straightforward arriving from next year, and hopefully them flowers will just straightforward sow some seeds, or even they'll just straightforward disperse the seeds themselves once they start to die off, I guess, hey? I mean, who knows about that? Okay, so we're starting to see a lot of hoverflies, a lot of bees, a lot of wasps, and they are straightforward flying everywhere like mad. Just a wonderful sight to see. And as I can start to see whatever the hell have I been doing so far, hey, what an impressive sighting to see so far. And I tell you what, just like that other video that I just made, that is quite the amount of stuff that I've just grown. Huge clumps of nasturtiums that I feel very, very proud with. And that's what I can really say, hey guys. Just a lot of flowers. Oh my goodness me, what a wonderful garden, hey. I tell you what, once the rest of September and October progresses, I can just straightforward admire the last, let's just say the last days and the last, let's just say months of just seeing this. The last moments of just seeing this garden in all of its all utter glory. I could tell you what, man, I'll be remembering it for a very long time. Anyways, I shall straightforward leave this video here. I've got to do some stuff upstairs to do some toy making and whatnot. If you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like. Subscribe for more fat videos in the future. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. Oh, and there's one other thing I actually forgot to show you. I've actually been doing a video recently about how to clean up your bird feeders, and I've actually just double checked. Is the bird feeder nice and dry? Yes, it actually is. So hopefully, if you want to see that video, go ahead and click on the link down below about how you can wash your bird feeders along like that and such. And I actually forgot to put that on that video. When you're washing the bird feeder, there's one question that actually sort of sticks into my mind here, and I actually think back to myself, if the bird feeder is still rusty, will it still be very infectious for the birds? Well, no. After washing it, yes, if you haven't washed it, but no, if you have washed it, well, there's no matter by just adding this into this after you've given this thing a complete wash up. Now, that's quite a very good reminder of what you're going to be seeing in that other video. Don't get me wrong, but hey, I love making videos like that, and I'll tell you what, hopefully I'll be starting to go back into bird feeding once the weather turns a lot more colder.